It's either going to be an almighty fail or a good idea. I mean, I'm not expecting it to snap in the middle of the night, but my God, it's cold. And then the wind picked up. Wow. What do you think I should do? Welcome to the channel, and today I am planning on a wild camping trip here in the Scottish mountains. And the area I am in today is called Beinn. You've got a set of fantastic Munros just over my shoulder. The first mountain you can see is called Sron Na H-Innearach, which I have camped on many times. A fantastic walk. And I'm actually planning on going a bit more remote, a bit further round to the right here, to a Corbett, a slightly smaller mountain called Ben Vuirich. I've seen it on the map. Always quite fancied just heading over there for a remote trip. So that's my plan for today. Now, I'm actually in the Beinn car park, which they've done it up. And you now have to pay. There is a charge for leaving your car here of £5. It does say as well, no overnight parking. Well, we'll see how that one goes. If you're planning on going up to the summit of Sron Na H-Innearach, there's a hut that you kind of veer off along the side of. There's a fence, and then that takes you up on the track that takes you to the summit. Now, the summit of that is often used for paragliding. I've seen guys hiking up with all their gear and then throwing themselves off the top. It's a really popular place, especially in the summer. What a lovely little vantage point. I'm hoping you can see behind, but there's a little dusting of snow on the mountain over there. Absolutely stunning. I think that's the last Munro of the circuit. Because what you do is you'll cover the tops of the three mountains, and then you come off at the end and you basically walk along the track here, the one I'm on at the moment, and then back to the car. But instead, we are going to veer off to the right and head across that way, and then over the top of these hills in front on the right hand side. The Corbett's there just at the back. It's a fair trek. I think it's about a 7.5 hour circuit to do this mountain, and I think it's going to take about 4 hours to get to the camp spot. But what a day for it. Now, my plan has changed because I was going to take the track down to the right. Instead, I've decided to take the return route. I think it's just maybe going to be a bit quicker and more direct. The other way, there's a little bit of heather bashing involved. Not a great deal. I just fancied, something told me to come this way. My instinct said. So, it's either going to be an almighty fail or a good idea. Either way, both ways would get me to the top of that mountain. And it's getting a bit late in the day. Now it's about 1:30 and sunset is round about 4 o'clock, 4:30. Yeah, I've still got a bit of a trek to get to the summit. Now I've come to a junction here where over to the right is an old shieling. I think it's an old farm building. I'll have a look. It's shown on the map, and behind the camera is actually the track or the route up and round to where I was planning to do a summit camp. But there's a lot of low cloud coming in. A lot of the tops are actually covered. So I'm wondering if a low down camp might be a bit better. This laser compact AS tent, it will be the second night I have used it. But there's one thing that just niggles me, and it's the corner points. Now, they are utilising 2 bungee loops, one for the inner tent and also the corner of the fly sheet. Now, why they've done this, there must be a reason they've done it. I'm not sure. Personally, I would have preferred just to have a traditional guy point that you could adjust. I think it would have made the tent a lot more stable, being able to do that as well. But it's even just when you're packing the tent up, if you take the pegs out at the corner, and get the peg out, oh, there we go. The inner is not attached to the outer, apart from one connection over here in the middle. So when you're rolling it up, it can get all tangled up. Same thing when you're unpacking it to pitch like I was today. You've got to find the corner loops and try and hold everything together and peg it out. And then there's also my concern of the longevity of the shock cord here, because it's nowhere near as robust or strong as, you know, some Dyneema cordage. I mean, I'm not expecting it to snap in the middle of the night, but I just think it would have been a stronger tent had they used just a set of small adjustable cords, just Dyneema cords, and a normal kind of toggle setup for the inner to the fly sheet. But that's it. That's my only kind of gripe with it. I'm just not sure why they've done that. But it's home for tonight, and like last time I used it, it was fantastic, really warm. It was pretty good on condensation as well. The end of the day, any tent will get condensation, especially this time of year with the wet ground. It's just a case of how well it deals with it. I think actually on the news they said another week or two, it's meant to be a bit of a snowstorm coming into the UK, especially Scotland. So yeah, let's see. Oh, here we go. My cooking facilities, or cooking table. In fact, that's quite nice to sit on. Yeah, just get the foam mat over here. And yeah, a little bit of a sit here tonight. I wonder if I'll see any head torches coming off the track, off the Munros here. Anybody that's late coming off from the summits. I just put the kettle on, or hot water, for a coffee, just to get a little bit of a heat. And yeah, just sitting here admiring the views. I'm going to have my supper in maybe another hour, and I brought a Thai green curry, or a chicken Thai green curry, which I'm looking forward to. Never tried one before. And I've also got some chocolate, and I brought my flask with some rum. A little bit of a nightcap. But my God, it's cold. My feet are starting to feel it. I notice it first in my hands, my fingers, and then my feet. So the hot water bottle will definitely be going in the sleeping bag later. I constantly change my plans, but often when I'm out in the hills or, you know, kind of out in the wilds, you'll get a gut feeling when something's not right, or yeah, you're unsure. And something was telling me to go this particular direction from the very start. And then even when I got to that kind of junction in the track, and I looked up, something just said to just go up here and camp. But often I've had that gut feeling that something's not right, or you shouldn't do something. And I've always listened to it. I think a lot of people say that you should always trust your instinct, especially when you're out in places like this. If something doesn't feel right, then yeah, turn back, change plan. That would be my recommendation. That was a bit of a weird waffle. Don't know what brought that on, but I don't know. Take from it what you want. Let's see what this Thai green curry tastes like. It could have done with maybe just a little bit more water. It's actually very nice. I actually enjoy getting out in winter more than the summer for some strange reason. I think as well, once there's snow on the ground, that makes a difference as well. There's just something about camping in the snow. Really enjoy it. I actually enjoy the fact it gets dark early. I'm quite happy going to sleep, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, just having a really good long sleep. And then you've got sunrise about 7 o'clock. And then that's it. Out of here. Right, folks. Time for bed. It's just gone past the midnight and I was actually fast asleep, and then the wind picked up and the gusts have woken me up. I wasn't expecting weather like this. It was to be kind of calm, but yeah, the wind's really picking up. I'm glad as well now that I did camp lower down, because if there's a lot of clag mist in the morning, yeah, it's not far to get down and off the summit of this small hill. It's actually not too far to get back to the car. My only concern is this river crossing. I might actually have to do a bit of a detour around to the other track, which I was going to come in on, because I'm sure that avoids crossing the river. We'll just have to see in the morning. Wow, I've just stopped to the fork in the road, and it's, do I head down and try and cross the river, or do I go the way I said I was going to go and skirt round past the farm, and then hopefully I don't have any river crossings. And I've just come across the buildings I was on about, these old structures, houses. There's quite a few around here. There must have been a right old settlement here at some point. God, the wind's wild. I've actually lost the wind muff for my microphone. Yeah, 2 or 3 here. And it sits right on the edge of this section of water coming down through the hills. Look at this, we can almost make out the front door. Amazing. Now, just further back up, I can see where we cross. There's a bit of a bridge being made over the water there. I find it fascinating when you see old buildings or structures such as this. Imagine living out here. What a remote place. Honestly, it's quite mind-boggling at times. let's get out of Dodge before the rain really kicks in. I had a look at the forecast there whilst I could get some internet, and there's some heavy rain coming in. So it'd be nice to get back to the car before that happens. And you can see the track away into the distance here. It's just a long slog this, nothing too technical. Might do a search on the old interweb and see if there's any old photographs of this area. And nice to see some old pictures. I wonder what it looked like when all the houses were there, and the barns and everything else. Shows as well how insignificant we really are, in life. How, could have been generations lived there or worked there, and it's all gone now. Just a blip in time. Thank you very, very much for watching as always. Please subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. It helps the channel and also helps it push out to other people. But hey, oh, yeah, what a trip. Can't get over the rain. Okay, until the next time folks, take care.